Welcome back to the Church of Atheism Podcast. This is Trav. We are solo today. We have no Chris. Chris is taking a break. No, he's just working. We've been having trouble getting our work schedules synced up to do these, so I'm going to be on my own today. Anyway, so before we get started, I just want to point out we still have the Church of Atheism Patreon page if you want to help support this podcast. It's over at patreon.com/Church of Atheism. So, I woke up this morning nice and happy about last night's election results. Mr. Roy Moore, no more. Either way, he didn't get elected. He lost. Fan-fucking-tastic. I really have to say, I think I need to apologize to the state of Alabama. I did not think you had it in you. I talked a lot of shit the last couple days on Twitter. But yeah, congratulations on not electing a racist, pedophile bigot to your Senate seat. Congratulations also for the first time in over 20 years, I think they said, that a Democrat has won this Senate seat. Feels good. Good old Trump and team had a nice little failure last night. I was a little bit shocked, to be honest, that I really thought Ray Moore was going to win it. I did. I had no confidence, and was pleasantly surprised. It was really good to see. Well, I was talking to the wife, and we were talking about what if this was a Democrat in a blue state like California. I really have a hard time believing that if it was a Democrat in a blue state that had all these problems with the pedophilia allegations and just total off-the-wall nonsense. There goes my phone. I forgot to put it on mute. Anyway, I really feel like it wouldn't have been that close at all. I really think a Republican would have won in a landslide. But when you flip it, you go down to the South, even though I just apologized, it's still the South. I think Alabama was somewhat like the fifth most conservative state, they said, something like that. And they still managed to vote out a piece of shit Republican. I was really surprised. Pleasantly surprised, like I said. I did want to point out, too, even if you take away the pedophilia allegations, let's just say that those didn't even exist. Even if you take away the pedophile allegations, Roy Moore was still a pretty large piece of shit. No, that's not fat shaming, by the way. He was a big piece of shit who also happens to be a little bit larger. But that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say he's a big piece of shit because not only was, well, he probably still is. Just because he lost the election doesn't mean he's going to change his ways. Big piece of shit. Big racist, bigoted, homophobic pile of dirtbag shit. He's been part of quite a few controversies, and some of his views were just so extreme, like crazy extreme. I was reading an article that he has said it before, that homosexual conduct should be illegal. So I get that as a Christian conservative, he was anti-gay marriage, but he went so far as to say the act of homosexual conduct should be illegal. So if you are caught, in Ray Moore's opinion, having sex with another man, or you're a woman and you have sex with another woman, that should be illegal, according to him. Wow. How fucking insane is that? That's extreme. Big government needs to get out of our lives, but let's make sure that no one's fucking another man. It's just funny how fucking ridiculous these people are. Not only that, but man, he's a massive Islamophobe as well. Again, Again, I can somewhat understand. I got to be really careful how I say this. I can understand how it would be possible for a Christian to be a little bit uneasy about Islam. I mean, after all, they're trying to steal your story, so, you know, if you're a Christian and you look over at Islam and you're like, oh shit, they've got this, similar God, similar thing, no, we shouldn't like each other. But he went on about nonsense. He was interviewed by Jeff Stein from Vox. Stein asked him if he believed Sharia law is a danger to America. Moore said, there are communities under Sharia law right now in our country. Up in Illinois, Christian communities, I don't know if they may be Muslim communities, but Sharia law is a little different from American law. It is founded on religious concepts. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle black, if you ask me? The guy who votes against homosexuality, gay marriage, that's a little bit hypocritical, if you ask me. And then Stein asks them, which American communities are under Sharia law? When did they fall under Sharia law? And Moore brilliantly responds, well, there's Sharia law, as I understand it, in Illinois, Indiana, up there, I don't know. And then, you don't know, but you're going to make a claim. Sounds a little familiar. Sounds a little bit like Mr. D. Donald Trump, or as I like to call him, President Cheeto, saying that there were a whole bunch of illegals that voted for Hillary in the election when there's no proof of that. There's Sharia law in this country right now. Oh yeah, where? I don't know. Okay. Thanks, Roy. His other great quote from that interview was, let's see where to go. Oh, it's the Constitution's duty to foster religion and foster Christianity. Alright, so our laws are not designed by religion like Sharia law is, according to Roy Moore, but the Constitution protects Christianity. Oh, wow. It's all over the fucking place here. Anyway, it's enough rant about Roy Moore. It's quite amazing, all the stupid shit he has said, believed, and his wife too. Oh, it's ridiculous to call us racist. We know an what would they say? Anti-Semitic, and then she's like, yeah, our lawyer's Jew. Our lawyer's a Jew. Oh yeah? Wow. One of my favorite parts about this, though, is how heavily Trump came out towards the end to endorse him, because he knew it was a critical seat. And boy, did some of the Christian conservatives follow suit. In my opinion, this should not have been a close race whatsoever. The fact that it came down to the final hour, while I'm glad that Doug Jones won, it's still a little bit sad how close it was. But you know what? I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm gonna hang my head high and be happy that we dodged a bullet. But this is kind of my point about religion and politics in general. When we first started this podcast, we actually did an episode about this. We didn't really want to be in the political spectrum, but it kind of happens naturally when you have candidates who are such strong Christians, let's just say. They're so into the Bible that they can't get away from their religion. That's a problem, in my opinion. I have no problem with anybody practicing any religion they want to. I have zero problem with it. But when their views start to leak into the political spectrum, and they're making laws or trying to, they're voting based on their religion as a politician, that's where I have a problem with it. If you want to vote for a conservative because they have Christian-like views or Christian-like qualities, that's fine with me. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with anyone practicing religion. I have no problem with them voting. People, like, citizen-wise, I have no problem with him voting for a Republican because he's Christian or religious. But when these people try to force their little book, or the Bible, as some of them like to call it, on policy, that's where I have a problem with it. And I couldn't be happier to see someone who's so far removed from reality and so far up the Bible's ass lose. I think it's amazing. It's fan-fucking-tastic. And I look forward to the day where religion is not in our politics whatsoever. Probably won't happen in our lifetime. I'm in my 30s now. I'm probably not going to see it happen, but last night was a good indicator that it's possible. In my opinion. I could be way off based on here. I'm not a political analyst. I'm not a political genius by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like that's a great step in the right direction. So again, this is probably going to be a shorter episode, as I really haven't prepared much for this, and we are essentially Chrisless right now. So we don't really have the back and forth banter. We don't have Chris's snarky insults. Gonna be a little bit shorter today. But yeah, we're gonna try to put a little more together. I'm just talking straight up my ass right now, by the way. I'm feeling a little bit like Alex Jones. A little bit black helicopters, chemtrails. Yeah, that's my best impression of him. Fat fuck. But yeah, we have no research done, no nothing. I'm winging it here, kids. I'm winging it. Well, I had an idea for when Chris and I get together. I think I'm gonna do a Bible readings, like a Bible study, and literally go through each book and talk about what is in it. I think it might be a fun little like mini series, I guess you might call it. So anytime Chris and I can't get together for a given week, I'll do a little Bible study with everyone. It'll probably be obviously part of the podcast, but it'll be its own little Church of Atheism Bible time. And we'll just make fun of all the bullshit in there. So yeah, like I said, hopefully we're going to try to get more consistent, and I think that's going to be one of the ideas. If you have any other ideas, if you're listening, that you'd like us to do, if there's any topics or, any feedback, we are more than welcome. We're more than open to constructive feedback and criticism. You can reach out to us on Twitter. Would be probably the easiest way. Just on Twitter, you can search for Church of Atheism, or it's... Oops, just smacked the microphone with my headset. It's at Natural B, as in boy, Natural B Atheist on Twitter. Let us know if there's anything you think we should be doing or could be doing better. We're open to feedback. I'm actually just a little bit in shock still. Like, I firmly believed that it was probably going to be a close race, but I really thought Moore was going to take it. So maybe I'm just having trouble thinking because I still can't believe it actually happened. I started watching it last night as soon as the results started to come in, and it was close, like I thought it would be, and I just didn't have any optimism. I was pretty pessimistic about the whole thing right up to the very end. So, yeah. No research. No Chris. Speechless Trav. Probably not the best podcast, but you know what? It's been a while. We haven't put anything out for a long time. We do apologize, by the way. We've both just been running face first into life right now. Everything that can possibly go wrong is going wrong. But we're putting out content finally. We're going to try to get more consistent with it. We want to do this once a week, but when your schedules don't mesh up right, when we both have non-9 to 5 jobs, we both work retail hours. It's hard to find the same half hour to an hour together to record. So we'll be back. I actually did have some fun last night on Twitter with some very what's the word I'm looking for here? Some very interesting comments from a few Christians. I got told on multiple occasions it was a little bit like it was planned, but I'm not the conspiracy theorist to say that. But it felt like it was pre-rehearsed. I got told multiple times last night that I'm an atheist and my opinion doesn't matter. And never mind the fact that I was born here in America. I've lived in America my entire life. I've only been outside of the country like twice. I went to Canada when I was a 2-year-old, and I went to Bermuda for my honeymoon. Other than that, I've spent every second of my life in America. And not only that, I feel like it's my constitutional right to have an opinion, but I guess you drop that when you don't believe in the same God as the religious right. So, my bad, apparently. I should probably just stop this whole podcast, website, and Twitter account because I'm an atheist. I have no opinion of my own. I stand for nothing, by the way. Because I don't have a God, that means I don't stand for anything. That was my night last night. I tweeted just a few times about the election, and I got I got attacked. It was great. I enjoy it. I do not mind stupid Twitter comments. In fact, I kind of enjoy them. Maybe that's a bad thing, because maybe I shouldn't be enjoying stupidity this much, but your opinion doesn't matter, you're an atheist. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good logic for you. Even though the Constitution I love that conservatives are the ones who are always, the Constitution says, and then all of a sudden, you're an atheist, your opinion doesn't matter. That's not in the Constitution, I do not believe. I don't remember reading it there. And I do have a little pocket Constitution right here on my desk that I read a little bit every day, just to kind of keep it, keep it fresh. I don't have the Constitution memorized, but I've got it right here. You can't see it because this is not a video podcast, but I've got it right in my hand. Yeah, that's a good take, Trav. Good take. Here, look at this Constitution on an audio podcast. Fucking moron. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now. Sorry it's a shorter podcast. Hopefully in the future we'll be more consistent, and we will put out more content more often, I want to say. I hope. I really do want to be more consistent. So does Chris. We were talking about it a couple nights ago. We just got to make sure our schedules can line up somehow. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm really enjoying these. I wish we could put out more just because of how much I'm enjoying them personally. I've been able to hear some of your feedback as far as good job, bad job, that kind of thing. I'm enjoying it. So we're not going anywhere. We're just not consistent right now. Like I said, you can go to patreon.com/Church of Atheism. You can help support this podcast. We're going to try to get some better equipment, some better quality, so you guys have a better experience listening to us ramble about nonsense. Hopefully we'll put out another episode in the next couple days, actually. So we will, hang tight. Follow us on Twitter @NaturalBeAtheist. Follow us on iTunes, Church of Atheism Podcast on iTunes. I think that's it for now. I think we got at least 10 minutes. Just a quick little howdy and hello. So we will talk to you next time, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We will talk to you next time.